thought you were so lucky because you were a star, but you cry, cry, cry in the lonely dark. And I'm sorry for what you went through. I always thought the lucky one was you, but the lucky one was me. I wanted to be you so bad. Your life looked like so much fun. The fashion lights and fancy things made it seem like you had won. But little did I know, you were crying all the time. You were hurting inside when everyone thought you were fine. I thought you were so lucky because you were a star, but you cry, cry, cry in the lonely dark. And I'm sorry for what you went through. I always thought the lucky one was you, but the lucky one was me. I know you made some mistakes, but we're all only human. You were judged for everything. They put the blame on you when you were pushed over the edge. It ain't right what they allege. I thought you were so lucky, but the lucky one was me. I thought you were so lucky because you were a star, but you cry, cry, cry in the lonely dark. And I'm sorry for what you went through. I always thought the lucky one was you, but the lucky one was me.
Ladies and gentlemen, in our increasingly connected world, there is a growing tendency to share every detail of our lives with others. From social media updates to casual conversations, it seems as though everyone is eager to broadcast their personal stories. While sharing can foster connections, there is a distinct difference between sharing and oversharing. Today, I wish to explore a concept that challenges the notion of incessant self-disclosure. We shall delve into the importance of discerning what to share and what to keep within the sanctum of our own experience. In doing so, we might uncover the profound value of restraint and reflection in our personal journeys. The virtue of silence. In a world that constantly demands our attention, the art of silence often feels like an anachronism. Yet it is through silence that we uncover the depths of our own thoughts and emotions. When we withhold certain aspects of our lives from the public eye, we grant ourselves the opportunity to reflect deeply on our experiences without external interference. Silence is not merely the absence of noise, but a powerful space where introspection thrives. By embracing this virtue, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves, which is often lost in the clamor of incessant sharing. The capacity to listen to one's own inner voice without the immediate influence of external opinions can lead to greater self-awareness and authenticity. Silence thus becomes a sanctuary where our most profound revelations and truths are born. The perils of over-disclosure. Oversharing can be likened to a double-edged sword. While it may foster connections in the short term, it often erodes the sanctity of personal boundaries. By divulging too much about our private lives, we risk inviting scrutiny and judgment that can distort our self-perception and relationships. This excessive openness not only blurs the lines between public and private spheres, but also diminishes the mystery and intrigue that make human interactions rich and dynamic. The perils of over-disclosure are evident when our personal narratives become commodities, subject to interpretation and critique. Thus, maintaining a degree of discretion protects the integrity of our personal experiences and safeguards us from potential misunderstandings or unwarranted judgments. The balance of self-expression and privacy. Striking a balance between self-expression and privacy is akin to navigating a delicate tightrope. Self-expression is essential for personal growth and connection. It allows us to share our joys, sorrows, and insights with others. However, it must be tempered with an awareness of the limits of our privacy. This balance ensures that we do not forfeit our personal sanctuaries for the sake of fleeting validation or approval. By carefully choosing what to reveal and what to retain, we preserve our inner sanctum while still engaging meaningfully with the world. The challenge lies in understanding when to speak and when to remain silent, a discernment that fosters both personal integrity and authentic relationships. The consequences of seeking external validation. In our quest for connection and acceptance, there is a natural tendency to seek external validation. Yet when we continuously share our personal experiences in search of approval, we risk becoming dependent on others' opinions for our self-worth. This dependence can undermine our self-esteem and lead to a cycle of validation-seeking behavior that detracts from our true sense of self. The consequences of this pursuit are far-reaching, affecting not only our self-perception but also our interactions with others. By recognizing the inherent value in our own experiences and affirming our worth from within, we reclaim our autonomy and diminish the power of external validation over our lives. The role of reflection in personal growth. Reflection is a cornerstone of personal growth, providing us with the opportunity to process our experiences and derive meaningful insights. When we confine certain aspects of our lives to private contemplation, we allow ourselves the space to engage deeply with our thoughts and feelings. This reflective process is instrumental in understanding our motivations, goals, and values. It is through reflection that we can discern the lessons embedded in our experiences and apply them to our personal development. By preserving moments of introspection, we cultivate a richer and more nuanced understanding of ourselves, which is essential for genuine growth and transformation. The impact of social media on self-perception. The rise of social media has revolutionized the way we interact and share information. However, it has also introduced complexities in how we perceive ourselves and others. The constant exposure to curated glimpses of others' lives can distort our self-image and lead to comparisons that undermine our self-worth. The impact of social media on self-perception is profound, as it often perpetuates a superficial understanding of reality. By being mindful of our social media interactions and the content we share, we can mitigate its effects on our self-perception and maintain a more grounded and authentic sense of self. The sanctity of personal boundaries. Personal boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy relationships and preserving our well-being. When we respect our own boundaries and those of others, we create a space where mutual respect and understanding flourish. Oversharing can blur these boundaries, leading to discomfort and potential conflicts. By upholding the sanctity of our personal boundaries, we safeguard our emotional and psychological health while fostering respectful and meaningful connections. This respect for boundaries extends not only to our interactions with others, but also to the way we manage and disclose our personal information. The influence of cultural norms on self-disclosure. Cultural norms play a significant role in shaping our attitudes towards self-disclosure. In some cultures, openness and transparency are valued, while in others, privacy and discretion are emphasized. Understanding the influence of cultural norms on our own tendencies towards self-disclosure can provide insight into our behavior and its impact on our relationships. By recognizing and reflecting on these cultural influences, we can make more informed decisions about what to share and how to navigate the expectations of those around us. This awareness enables us to engage in self-disclosure in a way that aligns with our values and the cultural context in which we operate. The power of unspoken communication. Unspoken communication often conveys as much, if not more, than verbal expressions. Our gestures, expressions, and silences can communicate profound emotions and intentions. By being attuned to the power of unspoken communication, we can enrich our interactions and understandings without relying solely on verbal disclosures. This non-verbal dimension of communication allows us to express ourselves in ways that transcend the limitations of language and foster deeper connections. By valuing and cultivating this form of communication, we enhance our ability to engage meaningfully with others while preserving our own sense of privacy. The journey toward authentic selfhood. The journey toward authentic selfhood involves understanding and embracing our true selves beyond the superficial layers of social expectations and external validation. It requires a commitment to self-discovery and self-acceptance, which often involves choosing what aspects of our lives to share and what to keep private. Authenticity is cultivated through a deliberate and introspective process wherein we align our actions and expressions with our core values and beliefs. By navigating this journey with intention and discernment, we cultivate a genuine sense of self that remains resilient amidst the pressures of external influences. The burden of oversharing. Oversharing can feel like a burden both to ourselves and to others. In a society that values constant connectivity, there's an unspoken pressure to share our every thought and experience. Yet this constant need for validation can become a heavy burden. Each disclosure, each piece of information shared, can weigh us down with expectations and judgments. By limiting what we share, we liberate ourselves from these unrelenting pressures, allowing ourselves to live more freely and authentically. This process of self-restraint is not about hiding who we are, but about preserving the sanctity of our personal experiences. It enables us to focus more on genuine connections and less on superficial approval. The value of privacy. Privacy is a precious commodity, one that is increasingly compromised in our digital age. Our lives are often laid bare on social media platforms, leaving little room for the sanctity of personal space. Embracing a more private existence can restore a sense of control and dignity. It allows us to cherish our personal moments without the encumbrance of public scrutiny. By choosing what to share and what to keep private, we reclaim our autonomy and protect the inner sanctum of our lives. This practice not only shields us from unwarranted judgments, but also fosters a deeper, more intimate relationship with ourselves and those we truly care about. The art of listening. When we constantly talk about ourselves, we risk neglecting the art of listening. True communication involves a balance between sharing and listening. By curbing our need to divulge every detail of our lives, we create space to listen more attentively to others. This shift enhances our relationships, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Listening with genuine interest can reveal insights and perspectives that enrich our own understanding. It allows us to engage more fully with the experiences and emotions of those around us, creating a more harmonious and empathetic interaction. The freedom in silence. Silence is often undervalued in our fast-paced, noise-filled world. However, silence can be a profound source of freedom and introspection. By refraining from constant self-disclosure, we give ourselves the opportunity to reflect more deeply and to find clarity within. This quietude fosters a space where we can explore our thoughts and feelings without external interference. In this solitude, we find a deeper connection to ourselves and a greater understanding of our true desires and motivations. The silence thus becomes a sanctuary where we can recharge and reconnect with our inner selves. The cost of external validation. The quest for external validation can be a relentless pursuit, often leading to dissatisfaction and self-doubt. When we share every detail of our lives in search of approval, we may find ourselves perpetually dependent on others for affirmation. This dependence can erode our self-esteem and undermine our sense of self-worth. By shifting focus from seeking validation to nurturing internal self-assurance, we cultivate a more resilient and authentic self. This internal validation is far more sustainable and fulfilling than any external praise, leading to a more profound and lasting sense of contentment. The power of authenticity. Authenticity is the cornerstone of a meaningful existence. When we stop oversharing, we make room for genuine self-expression that is not influenced by the desire for approval or attention. This authenticity fosters deeper connections with others as we present ourselves in a more honest and unfiltered manner. By embracing our true selves and sharing only what feels right and relevant, we build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Authenticity, thus, becomes a powerful force that enriches both our personal lives and our interactions with others. The significance of boundaries. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. When we overshare, we often blur the lines between personal and public realms, leading to potential discomfort and vulnerability. By establishing
Tonight is our story. I see the twinkle in your eyes. I'm trying to say sorry, but I don't know how to apologize. I try to reminisce on all the good times that we shared, but then I start to miss when you actually cared, when you cared about me. I think we're way off course, and I'll take all of the blame. I'm trying to show remorse because I'm filled with so much shame. But what really happened? Where did we go so freaking wrong? Why aren't you at all saddened? Why are you moving along? Moving along without me. Without me. Without me. You seem to be doing just fine without me. You're smiling all of the time without me. Your world keeps spinning round and round without you. I'm sad and I'm scared, that's why I frown. Tonight is so cloudy. I see the raindrops in the sky. I'm trying to say howdy, but I don't even really know why. I try to reminisce on all the good times that we shared, but then I start to miss when you actually cared, when you cared about me. About me. Without me. Without me. You seem to be doing just fine without me. You're smiling all of the time without me. Your world keeps spinning round and round without you. I'm sad and I'm scared, that's why I frown.
Establishing clear boundaries about what we choose to share, we protect our personal space and maintain a healthier balance. These boundaries not only safeguard our privacy, but also ensure that our relationships are built on mutual respect rather than indiscriminate disclosure. Respecting our own limits and those of others fosters a more harmonious and considerate environment. The illusion of connection. In a world driven by instant communication, there is a misconception that constant sharing equates to true connection. However, meaningful relationships are built on deeper, more substantive exchanges. Oversharing can sometimes mask the lack of genuine connection, as it prioritizes quantity over quality. By focusing on the quality of our interactions rather than the frequency or detail of our disclosures, we cultivate more authentic and fulfilling relationships. A true connection transcends the superficiality of constant updates, allowing for richer and more meaningful engagements. The essence of self-discovery. Self-discovery is a personal journey that often requires introspection and solitude. When we constantly seek external feedback through oversharing, we may undermine our ability to truly understand ourselves. By limiting external distractions and focusing on our internal experiences, we facilitate a deeper process of self-discovery. This introspection allows us to explore our values, passions, and aspirations without the influence of others' opinions. Embracing this self-discovery fosters a more profound sense of purpose and direction in our lives. The resilience of inner strength. Inner strength is cultivated through self-awareness and self-reliance. When we stop relying on others for validation through oversharing, we strengthen our own resilience. This shift empowers us to face challenges with greater confidence and self-assuredness. By nurturing our inner strength, we become more capable of handling adversity and pursuing our goals with determination. This resilience, rooted in our internal resources rather than external validation, becomes a cornerstone of our personal growth and success. The nature of privacy. Privacy is not merely the absence of others, but a fundamental aspect of our individual sanctity. In a world where every detail of our lives can be shared instantaneously, the concept of privacy may seem increasingly outdated. Yet it is precisely this element of privacy that allows us to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our personal boundaries. When we reveal too much of ourselves, we risk diluting the richness of our inner experiences. Privacy provides a protective barrier that guards our vulnerabilities, enabling us to reflect, grow, and maintain our sense of self amidst external pressures. The act of safeguarding our personal information is not an exercise in secrecy, but rather a means of preserving our personal integrity. It grants us the freedom to navigate our inner world without undue interference or judgment. In a society that often values transparency above all else, it is essential to remember that not all aspects of our lives need to be laid bare. By choosing what to share and what to keep private, we exercise control over our personal narrative and maintain the sanctity of our innermost thoughts. The impact of overexposure. In the modern age, the tendency to overshare has become almost commonplace. Social media platforms, for instance, encourage the frequent posting of personal milestones, daily activities, and emotional states. However, this constant barrage of information can lead to a phenomenon known as overexposure, where the value of our personal experiences is diminished by their frequent repetition. Overexposure can lead to a desensitization of both the sharer and the audience, eroding the significance of what might have once been meaningful. The allure of instant gratification and external validation often drives us to share more than is necessary. Yet by doing so, we may inadvertently compromise our sense of authenticity. When every moment is documented and shared, the true essence of our experiences can become lost in the cacophony of digital noise. Embracing a more measured approach to sharing allows us to preserve the integrity of our experiences and maintain a sense of personal significance. The value of reflection. Reflection is a crucial component of personal growth and self-understanding. It is during moments of introspection that we gain insight into our motivations, desires, and aspirations. When we are constantly engaged in sharing our thoughts and experiences with others, we may inadvertently inhibit our capacity for deep reflection. The act of verbalizing our inner experiences to others can sometimes lead to a superficial understanding of ourselves. By maintaining a degree of discretion, we create the space needed for meaningful reflection. This internal dialogue allows us to explore our thoughts and feelings in greater depth, fostering a more profound connection with ourselves. In turn, this self-awareness enriches our interactions with others as we approach our relationships from a place of genuine understanding rather than external validation. The role of authenticity. Authenticity is often lauded as a desirable trait, yet it is a complex concept that goes beyond mere openness. True authenticity involves a deep connection with our own values and beliefs, and it requires us to navigate the delicate balance between self-expression and self-prospection. When we share too much of our personal lives, we may inadvertently compromise our authenticity by seeking approval or validation from others. Maintaining a sense of authenticity involves understanding our motivations for sharing and ensuring that our disclosures align with our core values. By exercising discretion, we preserve the integrity of our personal identity and foster genuine connections with others based on mutual respect and understanding. Authenticity is not about broadcasting every detail of our lives, but about staying true to ourselves amidst the pressures of external expectations. The dynamics of relationship building. Relationships are built on trust, mutual respect, and shared experiences. When we overshare, we may inadvertently shift the focus from building meaningful connections to seeking validation or attention. The dynamics of relationship building are nuanced, and true intimacy is cultivated through a balance of openness and discretion. Sharing too much can lead to a superficial understanding of one another, where the depth and substance of the relationship are overshadowed by the constant exchange of personal details. Effective relationship building involves discerning when and how to share aspects of our lives that foster deeper connections. By engaging in meaningful conversations that go beyond surface-level disclosures, we create an environment where trust and mutual respect flourish. Discretion allows us to reveal our true selves gradually, fostering relationships that are grounded in genuine understanding rather than the mere exchange of personal information. The consequences of public judgment. In an age where public opinion is readily accessible, the act of sharing personal details can open the door to judgment and criticism. Every revelation invites scrutiny and can lead to misinterpretations or unwarranted criticism. The public nature of our disclosures often means that we subject ourselves to a range of opinions that may not always be constructive or kind. By choosing to limit the extent of our disclosures, we protect ourselves from the potential negative impacts of public judgment. This self-protection is not an act of avoidance, but a means of preserving our mental and emotional well-being. Maintaining a degree of privacy allows us to navigate our experiences without the added pressure of external opinions, fostering a more balanced and self-directed approach to our lives. The art of self-reliance. Self-reliance is a fundamental aspect of personal development and resilience. When we rely too heavily on external validation or the opinions of others, we risk undermining our own sense of self-worth. By cultivating a practice of discretion, we reinforce our ability to navigate our lives independently, making decisions and reflections based on our own values and insights. Embracing self-reliance involves trusting our own judgment and recognizing the value of our personal experiences without the need for external affirmation. This internal strength fosters a sense of autonomy and empowers us to navigate our lives with confidence. By focusing on our own reflections and decisions, we build a more resilient and self-assured approach to our personal and professional endeavors. The essence of true connection. True connection with others transcends the exchange of personal details and is rooted in genuine understanding and shared values. While sharing aspects of our lives can facilitate connection, it is the quality of our interactions that ultimately determines the depth of our relationships. By exercising discretion, we allow for a more profound exploration of shared experiences and mutual respect. Authentic connections are forged through meaningful conversations and empathetic understanding rather than through the constant sharing of personal details. By focusing on the essence of our relationships, we create a foundation of trust and mutual appreciation that goes beyond superficial exchanges. Discretion enhances the quality of our connections by emphasizing the depth of our interactions rather than the breadth of our disclosures. The benefits of reserved communication. Reserved communication is not about withholding information, but about choosing the appropriate moments and contexts for sharing personal details. This approach allows us to engage in conversations that are more purposeful and aligned with our intentions. By exercising discretion, we ensure that our communications are thoughtful and relevant, enhancing the effectiveness of our interactions. The benefits of reserved communication include greater control over the narrative we present and the ability to engage in more meaningful dialogues. By selecting when and how to share our experiences, we contribute to conversations that are engaging and impactful. This reserved approach fosters a more intentional exchange of ideas and experiences, leading to more enriching interactions and a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. The pursuit of inner fulfillment. Inner fulfillment arises from a sense of personal contentment and self-awareness that is not dependent on external validation. When we focus too much on sharing our lives with others, we may inadvertently shift our focus away from our own journey towards inner fulfillment. Embracing discretion allows us to cultivate a sense of self that is rooted in our own experiences and values, rather than in the opinions or feedback of others. By prioritizing our own path to fulfillment, we create a sense of purpose and satisfaction that is self-directed and resilient. This internal focus fosters a deeper connection with ourselves and a more meaningful engagement with the world around us. Discretion is not about isolation, but about enhancing our personal journey towards a more fulfilling and authentic existence. In a world where the allure of constant connectivity tempts us to overshare and seek validation, the practice of discretion becomes not merely a choice, but a profound act of self-respect and personal integrity. By choosing to guard the privacy of our inner lives and temper the extent of our disclosures, we preserve the essence of our experiences and maintain the sanctity of our personal identity. This approach allows us to engage in deeper self-reflection, foster more authentic relationships, and safeguard ourselves from the potential pitfalls of public judgment. Ultimately, the wisdom of discretion enables us to navigate our lives with greater authenticity and purpose. It empowers us to build connections that are grounded in genuine understanding rather than superficial exchanges, and to cultivate a sense of inner fulfillment that is not dependent on external validation. As we embrace the art of reserved communication, we not only protect our own well-being, but also contribute to a more thoughtful and meaningful engagement with the world around us. In the quiet spaces between our outward expressions and inner reflections, we find the true measure of ourselves. Let us move forward with the understanding that while our lives are rich and full, not every detail needs to be shared. In doing so, we honor the depth of our own experiences and create a more intentional and resilient approach to living.